country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
What up, what up, what up, America? That's right. I greeted you whilst still looking down because I'm doing something on my phone as we speak. Happy hump day, ladies and gentlemen. First hump day of, is it the first hump day of 2025? Is this the first Wednesday of January? No, it can't be. The first was the first. There it is. Okay, welcome to the first, get the pink drink out of the way. Welcome to the first streaming hump day of 2025. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Ladies and gentlemen, you let me down yesterday on the likes. You let me down on the likes. And I want to address a comment somebody made during Brianna Morello's first show on the network last night. And we'll get into that in a minute. You should show Brianna some love. Somebody said, we already like the channel, so we like all shows. No, it's 2025. How are we having this conversation? No, when we say hit the like button, we're not talking about the chat. We're talking about the individual episodes. We need your help with the individual episodes. So please, it costs you nothing. It's absolutely free. Make sure to hit the like button on this episode. When we say hit the follow button, that's the channel. That's what we're talking about with the channel, just in case there's some confusion there, because apparently there is, because I read that last night, and I'm here to educate, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be your friend and educate at the same time. All right, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the share button. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Greenland is heating up, ladies and gentlemen, even with a reporter asking Donald Trump if he would promise, essentially, that military action would not be used to obtain Greenland, and he responded with a simple no. And, in classic Trump form, I will say we are back to an extent, because yesterday, every single news station in the country had Donald Trump's press conference, and he took more questions in 35 minutes than Joe Biden did in 4 years. It was an absolute majestic moment, and we're going to talk about all this stuff. And also, we have to talk about the fact California is literally engulfed by the flames of hell right now, literally. And it is quite a serious thing. We also got the Laken Riley Act to talk about, along with an OnlyFans
not mine.
Daddy
somebody else.
Issues girl that is on a tear to break the Guinness Book of World Records, that gets just Heisman like stiff-armed by a Christian. It was a great moment. We need you to hit that like button, hit that share button right now. Let's introduce everybody that's on the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, his beard is kind of here, so have no fear. Maybe perhaps the real producer Royce will be back very soon, but he's right here today, ladies and gentlemen.
It's coming back. It's growing.
Thank
it's growing.
the Lord.
I got some stubbies coming in.
The Lord, Royce. It is. See, you already look better, dude. Like,
what are you talking, dude? You made me look like Gollum without a beard.
You look better. Anyway, all right. Everybody's favorite redneck hot seat Todd is also here.
Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. Happy hump day.
Todd, where are the overalls?
You look like a health teacher that used to be in a grunge band. Is what you look like right now.
It's 21 degrees. Get off me. It's cold.
Don't you want me to be on you if it's cold?
No.
I mean,
yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, all right. And of course, everybody's the man that needs no introduction, the political cowboy himself. Do we have Chad or do we have Chaz Prather? We got Chad.
To see you guys in a 24-hour period. It's good to be with you guys this morning. Good morning. It is.
Somebody said Todd would definitely be a shop teacher.
No, I wouldn't. I have no mechanical skills whatsoever.
Really?
Do you
That
have all
shocks me.
10 fingers?
None.
Oh, all right. Let's see here. First of all, we want to give a shout out to our friend Brianna Morello, who has joined the Dear America family. She did her first show last night, the Brianna Morello show. Royce, do you have access to her graphic, like her thumbnail or
I can
whatever
get
that
it.
we can pull up for everybody really quick?
9 seconds.
What time is her show exactly on East Coast time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Eastern time. So we want to remind everybody, we told you we're bringing out these new shows. So now every night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, make sure to check out the Brianna Morella show right here on, we don't know if we're calling it Dear America Media, Dear America Plus. What do you guys like better in the chat? Comment Dear America Plus or Dear America Media. Which one do you like better? Comment in the chat. Let us know.
I have already put in Dear America Plus on all my stuff.
I'm leaning towards Dear America Plus. I think I like Dear America Plus as well.
And Dear America Media kind of spells damn, so.
Yeah, well, DA stands for all kinds of stuff as well. Yeah, just put DA Plus or DAM in the comment what you like. A lot of people are saying media. Okay, also, let's see. Todd started back with his show in a new time slot. If we have that graphic, let's try to pull that up as well, just to remind everybody. Todd, at 6 p.m. Eastern time is Todd's show. And, of course, make sure you're checking out Chad's show. Chad, what time does your show come on? I don't
2
know.
Eastern, 1 Central.
2 p.m. Eastern time. Okay,
I'm during
there we
nap
go.
time. I'm during siesta time. So come check us out. Yeah, we have a good time. Royce is on there, and you never know which guest is going to pop on. Pro-life Abby Johnson was supposed to be on with us today, but she has to reschedule. So who knows who'll be on there today. We'll have a good time.
Abby.
These people get big and they get busy.
She's so busy fighting for the lives of the unborn. What an inconvenience to the rest of us. And, of course, here you have the full lineup of shows. Of course, you've got Riley and Christian. You guys know them, King's Council. They are on Fridays at 11?
No.
12.
What was that? I'm Ron Burgundy.
12, right?
Yeah,
12,
yeah,
12 Eastern time. And then to the left over there is Megan. You guys are going to meet Megan very soon. Megamoo 32. Her show is coming very soon, and she's going to be the last show of the lineup. Like we told you guys, we're getting ready to have 6 hours of content a day for you guys.
Yeah.
So make sure that you guys are tuning in for
She's in the
everyone.
chat. Megan's in the chat.
Megan's in the chat. Everybody say
Guys,
hi
see if
to
she can
Megan.
hop on.
And can I give a shout out to Todd just for keeping it
send
clean
her the
last
link, Roy.
night?
See if she can hop on.
I mean, Todd, bless his heart, he gets a lot of accusations of having that dirty mouth like I do sometimes.
Oh.
But you know what? I think he's been misrepresented. And I caught him last night. I was watching the show, Todd, and there were a few times where I knew you wanted to go off. And, man, you just let the Lord cover that lip, man.
Let the Lord
those
have it.
angels with flaming swords lay them across your face, and I like that, dude. We're growing as men.
Yes, we are.
Growing as people across the board. Anyway, look, guys, we know that we've added a lot. We hope you guys are enjoying the shows. We hope you guys enjoyed Todd's new version of his show. I know most of you don't like Chad's show, but hey, it was part of the contract. I had to bring it.
Should we show them how far the show has come?
Yeah, so that's something we want to show you guys really quick before we get into today. I want to show you guys how far, because of you, all of this has grown. Okay, so now, starting in February, we will add the 6th show, which is As I Was Saying. But now we have 6 shows in this Dear America Media place. But I want to show you where it started. This is a picture of the very first Dear America studio when I first decided to do this thing.
Yeah.
Those are 2 just tables, some random tablecloth. If you zoom in underneath that TV, you will see that we've just got some boxes stacked there to kind of hold it up. And
not the worst thing I've seen.
No, and then those chairs that we're sitting in, those are just dining room chairs. And so that is literally how far we have come since doing all this stuff, which is pretty crazy.
Was that before or after you posted the picture with all the kids with the guns in the field?
This was before.
And the world lost their mind over it.
Yeah. This was before that infamous photo.
That was in my front yard, wasn't it? Was that the
What
shot
a
in my
glorious
front yard?
picture.
No,
What
that was
a
across.
glorious picture.
That was across my front yard in a cotton field.
Oh.
And so,
Okay.
white guy in a cotton field, racist. I mean, that's just how it is.
Holding guns with kids.
Either way, I just want to say thank you guys again because this is where we've come from. It started with this and truly having no clue what we were doing. And it's turned into this amazing thing where now we have 6 shows for you guys. So, I appreciate everything that you guys do for us. All right, but we got a lot of stuff to do, so make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that share button. But first, we got to remind you about our first sponsor of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, today is every once in a while we get people that support what we do, and I had a anonymous supporter donate a rather large sum of money to us for what we do. So
Wow.
I feel like expanding even more. Me and Chad are going to pick 2 people each tomorrow from the wellness company that we giveaway we decided to do. But I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to take half of this, and I'm going to pick 4 more people that
All right.
support our friends at Birch Gold, and we're going to bless 4 more people with $1,000 this month. And all you have to do is text the word Graham right now to GRAHAM to 989898 right now to get a free information kit from Birch Gold. That's it. That's all you have to do to be entered in to win. Every single person that texts the word Graham to 989898, I'm going to get a report from Birch, and I'm going to pick you guys at random. Actually, I might let them do it. That way there's no bias or whatever. And I'm going to email you, get your email address, because they will call you. Just a heads up. They're going to call you because they want to find out your information to send you a free information kit. All you got to do is text the word Graham, a chance to win $1,000. It's not hard to support our sponsors and be blessed, hopefully, this year, starting off on a good note. So text the word Graham to 989898 right now to find out how our friends at Birch Gold can help protect your money. And to show my love and support for you guys for supporting the sponsors that support us, every one of you, text the word Graham, that's GRAHAM to 989898 right now, and I'm going to give another 4 people $1,000. I'm working on giving away 10 grand this week at this point. But either way, everybody go right now and support our sponsors. All right, let's do this thing. How about we get into it? Hilarious thing of the day. Yesterday we talked about the fact that fact checkers are no more. Ha ha ha! You soulless, godless heathens. I'm so glad that you're about to be out of business because you have nothing but demonic money funding you in the first place. If you are happy that fact checkers are out of a job, comment yes or no in the chat right now. But the fact checkers will not be outdone, and they will not go out without a fight. And with a fight, I mean a final fact check. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a real article. Meta says fact checkers were the problems. Fact checkers rule that to be false.
The final fact check is perfect.
That's the funniest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. We will not go down without a fight, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah! We
No,
rate
and tell
that
me
to be...
this is not the exact
We
person
rate that
who
to
would
be
write
false.
that.
That's
Of course, it'd be a
exactly what you think
Stewart.
We are not
looks like
wrong.
right there.
Stewart. If you looked up what does a pedophile look like,
Okay.
it would be a picture
right.
of Stewart.
Now you're making allegations.
No, I didn't say that he was. I
pedophile.
said if you had to look up what a stereotypical picture of a pedophile would look like and a name on top of that. If you heard today, Stuart Thompson arrested for being a pedophile, you'd be like, yeah,
Wow.
that sounds about right. You know what I mean? Like
Graham
that's who
woke
you
up
would
this
think.
morning and chose violence.
I did choose violence today. I hate fact checkers. Fact checkers are the worst human beings
They
in the
ruined
entire
Graham's life.
world. Anyway, across the board. Okay, let's move on to things. Is the world changing? Is hell freezing over? Senator John Fetterman, a Democrat from Pennsylvania, sponsors the Laken Riley Act in the Senate. First of all, before we go through this, it's sad to me that this is breaking news.
Right.
That it's breaking news that a Democrat was like, yeah, the Laken Riley Act actually makes sense. Now, I'm not ready to give Uncle Fester or the out-of-work garage mechanic a break yet, but I'm just saying John Fetterman seems to be the most reasonable Democrat in the Senate at times. Yeah. He's still crazy. But here's an interview that he gave about it. Let's listen to what he has to say here.
To remind everybody that we have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of migrants here illegally that have convicted of crimes. And why, I don't know why, who wants to defend that, to allow them to remain in our nation? That. And now if you're here illegally and you're committing crimes and those things, I don't know why anybody thinks that it's controversial that they all need to go.
Do you think that this was one of, if not the biggest issue for this election?
Well, I think if we can't, there's 47 of us in the Senate, and if we can't pull up with 7 votes, if we can't get at least 7 out of 47, and if we can't, then that's the reason why we lost. That's one of them. That's one of why we lost. In part.
Pause. So again, that's John Fetterman sounding like a Republican. It's hard to argue with that. Like, even Republicans are like, look, we got no problems with immigration into America. We have a problem with illegal immigration. We have a problem with these illegal gang member rapists that come into our country that are murdering our citizens. That's what we have a problem with. And you hear John Fetterman going, yeah, I don't understand how anybody's like, yeah, the people that come over illegally and kill our citizens, we should leave them alone. And so, I don't know. That's interesting. Again, I'm not falling for it. Like we talked about in the beginning when Trump won, Democrat strategists were already saying that they were going to come back off of the crazy left side because they realize they're not going to win another election if they don't back off a little bit. So again, you're starting to see this and you're going to see this more. Democrats are going to start to say more and more and more Republican talking points to try to make it seem like they've learned their lesson a little bit here. So
can we carry it a step further though, and just to show how backwards our policy is on immigration, that not only will we not arrest and deport illegals coming into our country, but when our citizens go to another country and break the law, we're willing to release people like the angel of death to get them back.
Yeah.
And the mental gymnastics that goes into these Democrat lawmakers, they jumped on X last night talking about how they proudly voted against the Laken Riley Act. It is crazy to me, the justification basically saying, well, these crimes are already illegal, so there's no reason to put a target on the back of people who are here illegally. Because it could lead to certain accusations without due process, and these people are getting deported. I mean, the mental gymnastics they used of trying to justify these illegals that are here illegally who do things illegal and then still trying to protect them is mind-blowing. You know what they all need? They all need that John Fetterman lobotomy so they'll come back smarter.
Yeah. Speaking of gymnastics, let's move on to our next topic. I'm skipping Kevin O'Leary. I want to go to the OnlyFans girl. OnlyFans.
Speaking of gymnastics.
OnlyFans person, I believe her name's Lily Phillips, right?
Yeah,
Can we go down?
so.
I don't want to look at Colin Rugg. It looks like I'm calling Colin Rugg an OnlyFans model. All right. This chick has made waves across the board. She slept with like 100 dudes in the same day. Next, she's doing like 350, and apparently she wants to break the Guinness World Record of 1,000 men slept with in a 24-hour period.
There's a record?
Yes, it's like 900 and something. And I only know this because of the article I read about this.
I think Chad holds the current record, right?
Anyway, all seriousness, this is depravity at its best, and I pray.
Well, isn't the record sleeping with men? So I don't think Chad is anywhere near that record.
Listen, one day. There was one day, and it's not gay for crying.
The point is, women, I have a question for you. Do you find this demeaning? As women, comment yes or no in the chat if you find this demeaning across the board. This lady is she makes her money on OnlyFans, but she also makes it by filming this content where it's almost like man on the street content, where it's basically like, hey, do you want to sleep with me really quick? And then they like cut, they go sleep with each other, and then they come back and then whatnot, which is totally monetized, which is totally allowed to be all over the internet. But we say you shouldn't take the vaccine because it's probably, not good for you, and we get canceled, right? So I'm just putting it in context here. But I want to show you guys this. What happens when a godless lady, and I'm praying for her soul. I truly mean that when I say it. What happens when a godless lady meets a Christian man? This video is unbelievable, and I think it's awesome because the Christian man gives her the Heisman stiff arm here. Let's play it. Let's watch it.
I just wondered, I can't see it on the menu, but where do I get the Five Guys from? The Five Guys. I didn't know if it was like a special room or you can take me out back.
No, I don't think that's happening.
What about after your shift? I'd want to give you, a good rating.
I'm a Christian man and I'm saving myself to marriage.
I'm asking for what's on the menu, that's all.
Genuinely, I feel like I'm doing it right now. I can hand you a menu if you want.
Are you on it?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's a shame. I just wondered.
There you go. I'm a
He-
Christian man, and I'm waiting till marriage. So can we give, I don't know, can we give like the praying hands emoji in the chat for a Christian man standing his ground? Because admittedly, she's an attractive woman. Her soul is hideous right now, but she's an attractive woman. And he's like, no way, it's not happening. Not only is it not happening, like, because he's a Christian and he's just not doing that. He says, I'm waiting until marriage. Let's get some praying hands in the chat. That's not enough. That's not enough. Let's let the chat blow up right now for Christian men that are standing up for principles, and they will not be tempted. They will not be dismayed. They will not be leaned into a direction that is anti their faith and their values and their morals. Give up the praying hands emojis for the guy in the chat. I think that's an amazing story, and that's why it's in there.
Not only did he stand his ground, he handled that so well because she kept pushing. At some point, I'd have just been like, listen, lady, take your old catcher's mitt and go away.
And there it was. We had an uplifting message. And
now we have praying hands in the chat for Todd. For Todd, everybody praying hands in the chat.
Can we just pray for Todd? Please, can we pray for Todd in the chat? Can we do that?
Cuss.
You don't. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Hey, where was this Five Guys at? I'd like to find this kid.
It's in London. She's in London.
Yeah.
British.
London. I want to reach out. I want to find this kid. And you know what? That's impressive. In London, as in England, like
that's what I said.
Post-Christian Europe. That's
yes,
impressive.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Todd, all those hands are for you. Like that lady that just did 147
I
hands.
100% appreciate it. I mean, I got no problems for people praying for me when I was too stupid to pray for myself. Thank you.
All right. We got more stuff to talk about, but next we got to get into our sponsor, Bet Online. Chad, take it away.
Yeah, you know what? I was talking to those guys yesterday, and so the guys over at betonline.ag, they said, listen, we're going to let you guys create the lines on the political betting deal. And there were a lot of people yesterday who were like, well, we don't bet, we don't gamble and stuff like that. Okay, fine, but go check it out because these things are better. Like, this might be better than the news. Like, this is better than the polls back during the election.
It is better than the news.
Because if you go and you look at where the odds makers are putting things, like who's going to get confirmed, what words are going to be used at the inauguration, I mean, all these things matter. So BetOnline took it to a pretty interesting place. They said, you know what, let's give people who do, play for entertainment, let's give them an opportunity to bet on things they care about, such as politics. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, and it's at least worth going over there and taking a look at these guys because they're good patriotic folks over there, and it's a safe space, safe place. You're protected over there. They got all the safeguards up and everything else. They're good folks. Go over to betonline.ag. I messed it up yesterday. It said com, but it's not. It's betonline.ag. Go over there and get it, and don't take your catcher's mitt.
Yes. Speaking of betting, Royce, I just sent you a tweet in the chat. Elizabeth Warren has penned a letter against Pete Hegseth. And this is Alex Pfeiffer saying Elizabeth Warren is so desperate to smear Pete Hegseth in the final moments before his confirmation hearing on the 14th that she's claiming being a proud Christian means you are an extremist. She's, of course, talking about the cross on Pete Hegseth's chest. Let's read what she has to say in the highlighted thing. You were also removed from President Biden's inauguration because, and this is true, Pete, while working at Fox News, was removed from President Biden's inauguration because they deemed him a threat here. You were deemed an insider threat after reports that your, what is that, Deuce Vault tattoo was a
Latin
Christian.
For God wills it.
Yes, was a Christian expression associated with right-wing extremism. We cannot have a defense secretary whose fellow service members feel concerned enough about to report as a potential insider threat. Elizabeth Warren is anti-Christianity. If she knew anything about Christianity, she would know that Pete Hegseth is a Christian. Pete Hegseth loves the Lord. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. But he is the only choice for Secretary of Defense. So I want to do this right now. I'm putting myself on potential blast here because I believe it's important. I want the chat to show up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to clip this and send this directly to Pete Hegseth. I want to see the chat. If you believe that Pete Hegseth is the only option for Secretary of Defense and you stand with Pete, I want you to put Pete in the chat right now. I want us to break the chat right this second. I want Pete all the way to go. Let's go right now. We're not doing anything else until we do this. Royce, pull the chat up all the way so people can see it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're going to send this directly to Pete. I want him to know that you stand with him, the audience. Let's get this going. Pete Hegseth is the only option for Secretary of Defense. There we go. Let's go, chat. Break it right now. Break it. Break it, break it, break it, break it, break it, break it, break it. Let's go.
1,000 more Pete's, and I'll go get the tattoo.
There we go, Pete. There we go, Pete. There we go, Pete. There you go. You're the only option for Secretary of Defense. We stand with you. These senators will do whatever the crap we tell them to do because we, the people, are their boss. We need a real leader, a real person in the SecDef, in the FBI, in the CIA, in the VA, in the DHS, all across the board. Break the chat. Chat, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Pete.
We're going to film it. We're going to film it.
I'll get it too.
Pete, let's go. Let's
Chad
go.
pays for
Let's
it.
go. Let's go. Look at it. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's
Where
the
you
Dear
putting it,
America
Chad?
family, Pete. That's the Dear America family. That is real Americans that are for you. That is real Americans. I'm so proud of you, chat. I'm so proud of you. Look at that. Woo!
It's making me dizzy.
I'm
Man,
getting the same tattoo.
Hey, that's real.
Where are we going, Chad?
You can't.
Let's go get one,
make
Todd.
that up. You
I'm
can't make
in.
that up.
I'm filming
All right.
it. If you guys go get that tattoo, it's being filmed.
All right, we got to move
we'll
on,
do
but
it.
keep the Pete's going in the chat. All right, footage of fires in California. Ladies and gentlemen, California is literally on fire. You need to hit that like button, hit that share button right now. It's time to recall Gavin Newsom as a failed governor. Here we go. Look at the chat. It's still going. Look at it. Look at it go. Boom, 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 boom. I love you guys. This is amazing. All right, these are fires in California. On a somber, serious note, this is a very serious situation. James Woods has some footage as well. Let's go to that. I especially want to get to that one house. James Woods says that he is leaving. This is him, I guess, looking out his window of places on fire across the board. Can we get to the one house here? Because that's what I want people to see. And guys, we joke about California all the time, but this right here is terrifying.
It is.
Let's play this. I want everybody to see this. You need to hit that like button, hit the share button. Look at this. Can you imagine looking outside your home
Scary.
and seeing this? Look. And you're just sitting there. That's the craziest part.
You're going to be okay.
You're just, how are you in your home to this point? That's my one question about this video.
Hey, the dangerous thing about that, like if they open a window or doors and there's a cross breeze that comes through there, that whole house is getting engulfed. I mean, that's Dante's Inferno, man. That is like
it is.
living in the pit of hell right there. I mean, that is frightening stuff.
Yeah.
It's that's one of the more terrifying things I've seen in a while.
Can I ask something though? And this is for you guys, but also there may be some
Fire's hot, Todd. In case if that's the question.
And maybe there are some Californians in the chat. It seems to me that California is on fire more than the coal in the Kentucky mountains. Why?
Well, because Gavin Newsom is a failed governor for fire management. It's super dry out there. So yeah,
there's no water. There's no rain.
Water. It's prone to this because it's so dry. This is Gavin Newsom, by the way, looking at the fire, doing his job as governor. He's like, yep, it is.
It's like Brianna Morello said on Twitter. That's what you want in your leader right there while your world is burning.
Hands
you want a governor in
pockets.
skinny jeans.
Let's get Gavin Newsom sucks. That's GNS. Let's get GNS going in the chat right now. Gavin Newsom sucks. GNS in the chat across the board.
But is it like lightning striking stuff and
No,
or people
most of the time in
starting fires?
California is people starting fires.
Do we know how this started? Like, what's the backstory?
Not yet,
here?
but I wouldn't be shocked if it comes out that somebody started it, Roman candle or something.
Somebody started it, flicked a cigarette butt, or started it intentionally. It happens all the time. I have been out there in Southern California.
Look at all the Gavin
up in
Newsom
those
sucks.
hills. Whenever the aftermath of these fires, it is decimating. I mean, you're talking about generations for this to come back. In California, people live in California for a reason, and one of them is how beautiful of a state it is. I mean, this is just a tragic deal. But this is ultimately, in a lot of ways, mismanagement in the name of idealism and agenda-driven narratives, such as this climate change cult stuff. There's so many things they don't do, they don't handle. If you really dig into this story and you look at, first of all, I think the mayor of this town's in Ghana, over in West Africa right now. They're mismanaging how the water is being used because they're having to scoop ocean water out, and the water's not being delivered to the right places. So you're right, Grim. I mean, this is 100% mismanagement across the board. I don't know how Gavin Newsom took one of the most glorious places in the United States in terms of its climate, in terms of its environment, its geography, its landscape, and turned it into an absolute cesspool. And
Look
people
at that,
keep
man.
putting
Yeah,
him
that's
back in
crazy.
power. It's insane to me.
At least they got an American flag out there. I can kind of see it. Yeah, no, I agree. And so did President Trump. So can we go to the video first before the tweet, Royce? This is a video of President Trump back in 2018, the last time they had wildfires go through. And listen to what he said.
It's cleaned out and protected. You got to take care of the floors, the floors of the forests. Very important. You look at other countries where they do it differently, and it's a whole different story. I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem. And when it is, it's a very small problem. So I know everybody's looking at that, to that end, and it's going to work out. It's cleaned out.
So in other words, he's telling Gavin
protected.
Newsom to his face that he sucks.
Right to his face.
And then not to be outdone, just in case Gavin Newsom didn't get it, Trump put it in a tweet back in 2019. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has done a terrible job of forest management. I told him from the first day we met that he, quote, must clean his forest floors regardless of what his bosses, the environmentalists, demand of him. Must also do burns and cut fire stoppers. So even back in 2019, Trump was right again. Trump is right's too long. Just give us some American flags. If our 45th and 47th president just seems to be right about everything.
It's TWR. Trump was right.
Trump was right.
Trump
TWR.
was right. TWR.
And I have
TWR,
to
Trump was
publicly-
right.
I want to publicly repent because back when he tweeted this in 2019, I felt like this was bad timing because he put this out whenever California was literally still on fire. And I was like, can we, I think I retweeted this, and the president got mad at me, of course. But I don't know if he's forgiven me yet. But I'm like, can we wait till the fire's out before we, start criticizing here? But he's right. He was right. And the thing is, I was wrong. He was right. Like usual. Quite honestly.
He
Well,
was
I mean,
right. He was right.
In
Like,
Gavin,
right,
in
Mr.
Gavin
President.
Newsom's defense, fire just
What?
kind of follows him wherever he goes.
That's an
'cause he's from-
oxymoron. Gavin Newsom's defense.
Yeah, no, but the fire just kind of follows him. Like if he was the governor of Greenland, it'd probably catch fire too.
It'd catch on fire.
Just saying.
But see, these guys actually generate what it is they claim to be fighting. These environmentalists are not good for the environment, just like BLM's not good for the black community. I mean, these people that are always after this, because at the end of the day, we talked about it on my show, none of these groups are after equality or equity or anything else. They're after control, period.
Yeah.
And this is the type of stuff you wind up with.
You heard it here from Chad Prather. Gavin Newsom is to California what BLM is to black people. You heard it right here. Write it. Put it in the Louvre.
I mean,
print it out and hang it in the Louvre.
That's a T-shirt.
He cleaned up San Francisco for Xi Jinping. He's a baby communist.
That's true.
He is a disciple of the Chi-Coms over in China. He's a disciple. He's a disciple of Xi Jinping and the Chi-Coms.
My gosh.
Listen, I'll go full on. I'll go full
on.
You
look like Alex Jones
right now. I'm telling you right now, he's one of the Chi-Coms. He cleaned up the street of San Francisco just to get Xi Jinping down the street.
Hey, man, look, I'll tell you this. Look, if there is one person who just by looking at him, I was like, that is a demon.
That's a devil.
Dude, if I had to imagine what the devil would look like
that's
in
what I'm
people
saying.
form,
Fire follows him, bro. He's like the
It would be Gavin Newsom. It would be Gavin Newsom, that slick back hair. If Gavin Newsom stepped foot in Greenland, he would have no problem. Somehow Greenland would catch on fire and all the ice would melt if he showed up. That's why he's not allowed to go over there. Anyway,
and I will say this, mark my words, in 4 years, Kamala Harris will be the governor of California.
Not of Florida. Oh, gosh.
Sorry. She'll be running for governor in California, and probably will get it. And Gavin Newsom will be their candidate for president. And Gavin Newsom, let me just tell you, Gavin Newsom, well, he's not a black woman, so that's hard. That's a hard sell. But I'm telling you, the dangerous thing about Gavin Newsom is if you take the Biden administration, Biden, Harris, all these people, Pocahontas or whatever, Elizabeth Warren, you put all of those people in Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren. If you shake them up, pour them out. Gavin Newsom's 10 times worse than all of them. I'm telling you, this guy, because he actually believes. Yeah. He's not agenda-driven like they are. He actually believes in his communist BS.
I still think in 2028 you're going to see a AOC Fetterman ticket now. That's what I think.
Wow.
If you ask me today, because of the news cycles and the things that they're saying, I still see an AOC Fetterman ticket.
I think you're going to see a Kamala AOC.
You know what?
I don't think Kamala's doing it. I think she's running for governor. I agree with
Someone
Chad.
said, Royce, you need a Chad discllaimer. I might. We might.
There you go. Do it, Chad.
Let me go California for you guys here for a minute, okay?
Yep, do it.
Okay. There it is.
All right, we're ready.
Give us the bit. We're ready.
Well, listen, the whole reason we vote for Gavin is because he tells us that the waves are going to be cool and tasty, and we go out there, man, and it's like, this guy's protecting the planet, people. We love this guy, man. Where else can you go? Yeah.
Whoa.
I could smell that.
You could. Bow, bow.
Oh, God. No, Chad.
Walmart feet.
No. No.
California.
Never feet ever.
Tasty waves and
people
cool
listening
buds.
on audio are so confused right now. People
to clarify, Chad just showed us both of his feet.
Oh, God. And it was
someone scrambling to find the video right now.
It was as you would imagine it to be. I can't.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. We're not going to be getting a New York Times on this episode.
Not only does it look like you walked around Walmart.
Hit the like button, hit the share button right now.
Not only does it look like you walked around Walmart barefooted for an hour, but you could climb a tree with them things, bro.
Oh, boy. I'm late for my petty.
He handed the shoe to himself with his foot. That's what he did. He brought
grabbed it. What happened.
He hooked it with the big toe and just walked it up.
Exactly
grab my strong hand. All right, either way. All right, can we get back to seriousness, please?
Yes.
We got a show to do. All right. Speaking of seriousness, we will obtain Greenland. The end. And if you think us getting Greenland is a good idea, I want American flags in the chat right now. Yesterday, Don Jr., along with Charlie Kirk and members of the cabinet of the Trump administration, visited Greenland. Here you go. This is Donald Trump Jr. Greenland loves America and Trump. Incredible people with an equally... the chair. The chair broke.
You got to get a new chair.
The chair broke. We're okay.
You're gonna fall on your butt one day, dude.
We're okay. We're
You
good.
are gonna fall on your
We're
butt.
good. We're good. Focus. Here we go. Greenland loves America and Trump. Incredible people with an equally awesome reception. They just want to be able to utilize some of the incredible resources that they have and allow themselves and their country and their kids to flourish. These are people of Greenland wearing MAGA hats, holding up an American flag right there. Here we go across the board. This is Charlie Kirk in Greenland as well. They took out the whole committee to go out there to Greenland. Let's see what this video is.
I think Charlie's going to run for governor of Greenland, actually.
Charlie, listen
I
to
think
me.
that's a possibility.
Charlie Kirk will run for president one day. One day.
probably,
Or he'll be vice president or something. Like Charlie Kirk will be in politics for the next 50 years somehow, some way. I'm not saying he'll be in office for that, but I'm saying he will be all the time. Somebody just said, Graham, I'm going to shout something everyone in the chat agrees with and then tell them to say it too and see if people will do it. Sure. Yes. What do you want me to say? AOC's awesome. Comment yes or no if you agree. Shout it. That's a dumb statement of the day. Like,
Should we play the video now?
Yeah, let's play the video. What a dumb statement.
Okay, we are here in Greenland with Don Jr.
Everyone wants to be on TikTok.
What do you guys think of America?
Great.
Love America, and you love Trump?
Yes,
That's the entire
The youth
population.
of Greenland,
We're
Don.
hearing a lot of it, guys. We're hearing a lot of it.
And you guys all watch TikTok.
Is that
right?
Greenland or an HOA?
Oh, thank you. Live from Greenland.
All right, live from Greenland.
There you go.
Let's go to the New York Post cover. This was the New York Post cover this morning. It was the Donroe effect, which of course is the play off the Monroe.
Yes, sir.
The Donroe Doctrine, which is play off the Monroe Doctrine. Trump's vision for the hemisphere. And so if we can zoom in on what they're saying here on the map, if you see down there, we've got Greenland is now our land. Canada is the sister state. The Panama Canal, they're calling it the Panamaga. The Gulf of Mexico is, of course, the Gulf of America. Let's look at some of this stuff here right now. First of all, find me the clip of Trump not saying that he would not be open to using the military if he's got to for Greenland. I want to play this first, and then we'll go to Scott Jennings.
To Greenland and the Panama Canal, so forth. Can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
And can you tell us a little bit about what your plan is? Are you going to negotiate a new treaty? Are you going to ask the Canadians to hold a vote? What is the strategy?
Yeah, I can't assure you. You're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. But I can say this. We need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be that.
All right. Hey, first of all, and as we go through this next thing, this is where you hit that like button, hit the share button. I just loved to see, this is of course Fox News, but this press conference was on every news station in the country. And it was great to see it get back to normal. And it was great to see a president actually take questions and answer them coherently.
Without
if he
saying,
answered them. Lick 'em. Or I've known more than your whole GD life, kind of thing across the board. All right,
I mean, he met Attila the Hun and Napoleon Bonaparte and Julius Caesar. He's been around for all the world leaders.
Correct. He's seen all the civilizations go under. This is Scott Jennings. Let's just play it. I just want everybody to listen to Scott Jennings here. This, of course, is them talking about Trump refuses to rule out military force to expand the U.S. Play it.
An expansionist military power, not in the 21st century.
Why?
Okay? Because that's
Why not?
Because that's not the world that we live in.
Wait, hold on, Scott. You answered that question.
Yes.
Why is the United States not?
So you're for attacking Greenland?
Why is the United States not an expansionist military power?
I said you're open to the idea of attacking Greenland.
We created.
No, we don't need to attack Greenland. We could buy it.
We can't buy it. It's not up for sale. So what you're saying is not true.
Nothing. Everything's not for sale until it is.
Hang on, Scott. We helped create a world order in which we said you cannot just decide you want that country and then take your military and go into that country and take it. Okay, so So that is the era of not being in an expansionist military era for the United States. And you're saying that's not true. Why is it not true?
Well, I mean, you could think small if you want to. I think Trump's thinking big, and he's thinking about U.S. interests. There are U.S. interests in Greenland. They have rare earth minerals. We already have some kind of space facility there, and it would help fortify us against the Russians. The Panama Canal is, of course, of interest when you consider the Chinese incursions and influence in this hemisphere. What Donald Trump is saying to the world is, we are not a shrinking violet anymore. We are the United States of America. We are the preeminent superpower. And reporters keep asking him to rule things out and take things off the table. And it would be the height of stupidity to do so now or to anything else before he takes office. Why would he tell the rest of the world what he may or may not do?
Here's one reason why. Let me play what he said. This was
all right, pause it. So that's a good point. And I like that. Is America is not this shriveling thing. It's like, oh my gosh, let's just try to hold on to what we currently have and just not run. It's this understanding of, okay, China, Russia, they're catching up. At the end of the day, they are. They're catching up.
Yep.
So we've got to start making some moves to make America bigger, stronger, faster, more mobile, more lethal, more strategically aligned to control our area and be the ultimate superpower that is America. Can we go to
while you're looking for that clip? And by the way, Scott Jennings is the only redeeming factor of CNN these days.
Agreed.
You know what's funny is on the flip side, if Ukraine suddenly was trying to take territory back from Russia, everybody would be throwing $1 billion at it. Every Democrat in the House would be throwing money at that thing. And again, I see people saying this is expansionist globalism. No, this is, if you think about it, this is exceptionalism. We're getting back to American exceptionalism. It's been a bad word. We have every right, it's like Scott Jennings said, it ain't for sale till it is. And so Greenland plays a part in our national security. For missile defense, for offensive positioning, the same with the Panama Canal. Canada makes business sense. We'll see where that goes. Like I said yesterday, I think at bare minimum, we get a shared currency and economy.
Oh, it's going to happen. Anybody that thinks that that's not going to happen, even if it's truly, like Chad said, like a true union of the countries in some way where Canada, maintains its sovereignty and all this other kind of stuff. But we have a true sharing of resources, a common currency, and all this other kind of stuff. Passports are no longer needed to go in between and things like that. No, Canada's happening. Anybody that thinks that it's not, you're not paying attention. Greenland is happening. Go ahead, Chad. Sorry.
No, that's it. Let's go to that next clip. Let's go to the next clip.
It's like with anything else. If you're not growing, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. I got no problems with the MAGA Fest destiny. Let's do it.
MAGA Fest destiny. All right, let's play this clip. Let's go.
Well, we need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time, long before I even ran. I mean, people have been talking about it for a long time. You have approximately 45,000 people there. People really don't even know if Denmark has any legal right to it. But if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security. That's for the free world. I'm talking about protecting the free world. You don't even need binoculars. You look outside, you have China ships all over the place. You have Russian ships all over the place. We're not letting that happen. We're not letting it happen. And if Denmark wants to get to a conclusion, but nobody knows if they even have any right, title, or interest. The people are going to probably vote for independence or to come into the United States. But if they did do that, then I would tariff Denmark at a very high level.
You ask your staff to draw plans for
Okay, so can we go to the math segment here really quick? Look, this is a 5-minute clip. Well, I want to give Chanel Rion at OAN. She did a great job here. They did the math over at OAN. Okay, so this is specifically for Greenland. This is just if we bought it. Okay, how much did Elon Musk buy Twitter for? $54 billion?
$44 billion.
$44 billion, okay, to buy Twitter. All right, so they did the math. If America gave every single citizen of Greenland $1 million, that would cost us $57 billion in total to buy Greenland. That's less than a third of what we've given to Ukraine. It takes a 51% vote of Greenlanders to split from Denmark. Do you really think the people of Greenland wouldn't take that? So people are talking about invading Greenland. I think we just buy it. Offer every single person of Greenland $1 million. It might not even take that. We'll offer you $500,000 a piece.
Moving to Greenland
Across the board. And then the military strategic of this is it cannot be put into words how this helps us on a military strategic level. The resources, the oil across the board, like this is a huge, huge thing. The Panama Canal, reclaiming the Panama Canal because Carter gave it away like a moron. R.I.P. This is a major, major thing that needs to be accomplished and it needs to be done. Now, I want to address stupid people like Harry Sisson. Harry Sisson comes on and said, MAGA said Trump is, quote, anti-war, but now he's threatening to invade Panama, Greenland, and more, and he's not even president yet. Nice work, Trump supporters. You got played. So I want to talk about this. There is a difference between being anti-frivolous wars that we have no business being a part of. There is a completely different thing to where if it makes sense for both countries to go in and merge if we've got to merge. So we're not talking about going in and conquering Canada. We're not talking about going in and conquering Greenland. We're talking about merging, sharing of resources, expansion of armies, booming economies, GDP growth, all of the above. This is what a loser says, and this is what a moron says. Funding the war in Ukraine that has nothing to do with us, where we get no return on investment, it doesn't help the U.S. at all, it just bleeds us dry, that makes no sense. To obtain Greenland, to re-grab the Panama Canal, and to bring Canada in as a state and or a territory, we would become the largest country in the world. We would almost triple our GDP growth. We would bring in trillions of dollars of revenue every single year. We would have unlimited oil reserves and resources across the board. What morons don't understand this? From a country perspective, I'm at the point now to where you kind of have to be dumb not to get what Trump is thinking. Now, you can sit here and go, Canadians are liberals. Shut up. You don't know that. No, you don't. They voted for Trudeau. Really? Because I'm pretty sure Trudeau just resigned because he knew he was going to get obliterated and nobody was going to vote for the Liberal Party. And I love that Harry Sisson retweeted Canada's Liberal Party statement that Canada will never join, da-da-da-da-da, when the Liberal Party was fixing to be eviscerated in the next Canadian elections. Are you sure? Are you sure? This is Justin Trudeau's tweet. Can we find that really quick?
Yeah, but really quick, I'd like to make it clear, there is a big difference between us or Joe Biden, really, giving Ukraine $45 billion and us buying Greenland for 57 or whatever it's saying. That money's gone to Ukraine. It's gone. It's not coming back. The money that we would get back from this investment, you can say, from Greenland and Canada, should far surpass. This is not us blowing more money. This is, like Trump said, an investment into the free world. Protecting the free world.
Also,
this
you want
is
to
not burning money.
You want to know how you get rid of taxes? You want to know how you get rid of taxes? You bring Canada and Greenland in as states. Because we're trade partners, right? We trade stuff all the time. Okay, now you don't have to tariff them. Now we have more access to goods across the board and things like this. We don't have to pay taxes on all this stuff. We pay a flat purchase tax on goods that we use and we purchase, and that's it. Like, this is how you do it. You want to conquer the national debt and bring the net down? You triple the amount of revenue that you bring in every single year. You add more natural resources. You add more expansion for security of your military. All of these things. It makes absolute strategic defense across the board.
You can take it a step further and not just talk about Ukraine. What about the billions of dollars worth of equipment we left in Afghanistan? What about the billions of dollars we gave to Iran? Like
that we've wasted on the border.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Wasted on the border. So yeah, this is an investment. Hello.
Let's go to the America map real quick. Let's show you what this could look like. Okay, so this is what this stuff could actually look like. And again, if you don't think that this is a real reality, you're not
Manifest
paying
destiny,
attention.
baby.
Can we zoom in a little bit? We got to zoom in. Now, Mexico, I don't know. All right, so
I
we're
think
not
we
gonna-
should. I think that's the next conversation, if we're being
I
honest.
think it will be the next conversation. If the dominoes of Canada and Greenland fall, I think the domino of Mexico becomes the next conversation, because Mexico is the leading cause of our drug issue here in America. Mexico doesn't have the resources to be able to do it on their
Drug
own. So
issue, border crisis.
So then it
I
makes
think-
sense.
I mean,
okay,
Yeah,
how
I
do we
think
want to
Mexico
control
killing our
happens.
citizens, just
Mexico
crime in
happens
general. It's all from
just
all
so
from
we
Mexico.
can send the army there without starting a war.
Well, right. Again, what
do
I'm
it.
saying is this is what it could look like. This is an American empire. I mean, it is. And here's the thing. I don't understand why people are like, this is a terrible idea, blah, 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 blah. Why? Why? You're probably the same people who are like, we can't buy Louisiana. Who are we, expansionists? Da, 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 da.
Yes, we are.
Well, you know, we did buy Louisiana, and I mean, all of the western United States with that purchase, and we got it for a deal. The French didn't want it. They didn't know what they had, really, and they weren't using it any, sort of like Canada. But, you know, and I say that for all the French-speaking folks in Montreal. But this thing is, Canada needs the U.S. economy. The U.S. needs Canada's economy. I mean, listen, if we're going to keep sending you money, it makes sense for us to get some kind of a union going that makes more sense than what it does. And I will remind everybody, if Russia starts firing missiles at America, they don't come across the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean. They go over the North Pole. So that's because that's the shortest route. So they're going to cross Greenland and Canada before they hit the U.S. So there's all kind of arguments that could be made for this. But again, I want to be careful that we don't get into globalist speak, because, you know, again, we fought against globalism forever. And so I don't see this as that, though. And I don't think that's what Trump is doing.
Because it's not talking about conquering nations
Exactly.
and then ruling over them. It's talking about joining and expanding America, which is the greatest country in the world.
And in the end, helping those nations and those citizens. We are not wanting to
Correct.
go in and create war. We want to help the American people. We want to lower our debt, lower taxes. We talked about it yesterday. Do you know how much taxes Canadians are paying?
Yeah.
Let's rip that away. Let's not have them, deal with that. Greenland,
Again, I know it's hard for people to see it because all we've known is the idiots that have been driving us into poverty and taxing us to death.
Yeah.
The way that you eliminate taxing the American people is you bring more money into the country so they don't have to do it anymore. Less taxes, more resources. You bring in Canada, you bring in Greenland, and then I think the reason that this person has Mexico in there, because if the dominoes of Greenland, the Panama Canal, northern, or they call it northern colonies, Canada falls, I think the next conversation is, of course, Mexico.
I like how he called it South
and I will
Texas.
say this. I'll add this because I'm reading some of the comments that are in here. And I want to remind everybody, when you know what, California's on fire, and I'm telling you, there's no other country out there that's going to bail us out. There's no other country out there that's going to send money here for our natural disasters. But we're bailing everybody on the globe out. And I mean, we have put our money everywhere across
Except North Carolina.
And so yeah, except for Western North Carolina. But I'm sitting there saying we've bailed everybody out. We've come to everybody's defense. We've fought on everybody's behalf. We've done all these different things. And at some point in time, this whole thing of saying, oh, well, you guys are just trying to take over the world. It's more colonialism, more globalism. Look, no, what we're saying is, could we get a little bang for our buck here? I mean, at the end of the day, we got to stop bailing everybody on the planet out. And at some point, get the resources back into our coffers, because pull up your app and show the debt. I mean, when you're $36 trillion in debt, every person that's being born is born with, $125,000 of debt already to their name. This is ridiculous. So yeah, if you're not going to contribute back to the U.S., but all you're going to do is grift off of us and steal our resources, then hey, you got to get in a game, baby. And again, like to Royce's point, we're not talking about invading them. This isn't a Vladimir Putin going into Ukraine kind of deal. We're talking about actually helping you. We're actually liberating you. We're boosting your economy.
We're talking about a proposal to join forces for a bigger, better America. At the end of the day, let me remind you, all of this is actually North America. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about all of North America being joined together in the United States of America, which is in North America. All of this is North America. That's what we're talking about. Nobody's talking about ruling over any people. Nobody's talking about that. We're talking about just like the United States came together, we're talking about expanding how many states are in the United States. I don't understand why it's this crazy idea for people. Maybe it's because most of us weren't around when we were still adding to America. Maybe because it's been 70-something years since we added to America again. I don't see what the big deal is. Like, I really don't. And I've seen some people are like, this is the one world thing in Revelation. Why would you want this? Dude, Revelation's coming whether you want it to or not. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like what are you talking about?
I mean, we might as well kickstart the apocalypse. Let's do it.
None of this is a new idea. Tucker called the Canada thing like months, almost a year ago.
It's a no-brainer.
We're going to liberate Canada.
If you look into it, it's a no-brainer. Hey, let's do this in the chat. Well, we're going to show a couple more things. Do you think we should obtain and go after Greenland and Canada and the Panama Canal? That is ours. Carter should never give it away. Comment yes or no if you think that we should go after it. Somebody said it'd take a decade to pull this off. You're right. I think that the agreements could be signed in the next 2-3 years. I think the agreements could be signed in the next 6 months to do it. But yeah, you're right. It's probably going to take about a decade to figure all the logistics out of everything. That's probably true.
Can I just jump on the chat here and just say, stop using the word New World Order. You don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you guys found a catchphrase in this deal, and you're talking about New World Order. You don't know what you're talking about. This is not the New World Order. This is not bringing in the New World Order. This is bolstering an economy. I mean, again, I understand. When we beat
the British, that was a new world order,
I mean, really,
according to people
when we became our own country, that must have been New World Order. When we took Alaska, that must have been New World Order. Whenever we took Hawaii or Guam or Puerto Rico, that must have been New World Order. Listen, I love the people in Canada, most of them. I've had a lot of great friends up there. Had a lot of great times up there. It's a beautiful country, beautiful place if you get out of Quebec, Montreal, and Toronto. But beyond that, let me tell you something. If we can bolster your economy and bolster our economy, protect ourselves with a unification process of coming together, listen, they've redrawn countries throughout in their borders throughout all of human history, guys.
Look
when
at
you
Africa.
can come to a bit, listen, I took a Western civilization course in college 30 years ago, and they gave us a blank map, and they said, okay, you got to draw in what country this is, and that was one of the exams that we had. By the end of the semester, we couldn't do it with Africa because Africa's countries had all changed. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong because Africa there was a lot of different situations that are going on there. And I know you guys in the chat, you don't like when somebody uses an example, but you know what? Get your own show and you can use whatever example you want. But at the end of the day, people redraw borders. That's what happens throughout the world. And I know everybody hates America's involvement and everything. Well, that's the problem. America's been involved in every dadgum thing forever. And it's been to the tune of you going in debt with nothing coming back this way.
Yeah, and so why is it a bad thing that we want to get involved in something that actually has military benefits, national resources benefits, global dominance benefits? I hate to break it to you, if you don't have a country that is the world leader of military and economic dominance,
I'm not interested.
Neither am I. We're America. We're better than you. We're supposed to be better than you. Like that's.
Here's the thing. Everybody, you guys are low IQ. Now, let me tell you what's low IQ. Low IQ is Obama's mission to brainwash you peons to make you think that America's supposed to be equal with everybody else in the world. See, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to make it equitable. You've heard that word over and over again. It's a disgusting word, especially when it's misused, because he wanted to bring America down. He wanted to make America down so that he could be on a level playing field with the rest of the world. I'm not interested in that. I want to be numero uno, America first, exceptionalism. I want our borders secure. I want our economy secure. I want our federal government, our institutions, our courts, our medical system, everything to be the absolute best in the world.
And can I
All
add
of it.
two things to my Bible thumping SBC members in the chat? Kicking off the apocalypse, I got a question. America has been, will be, and will always be one of, if not the most strongest power in the world. Who do you think is going to kick this thing off?
Somebody's going to fill that void.
And number two, if you just sit still and do nothing, do you think God's going to go, all right, maybe we'll just skip that last book of the Bible? It's going to happen anyway.
Well, I want to go to my America First patriots. Everybody's like, we need to fix our own problems first. Adding trillions and trillions of dollars to our economy, that is helping to fix our problems. By expanding our natural resources, that is putting America first and fixing our own problems. By adding military dominance through strategic geographical location sites and better control of the Panama Canal, that is putting America first. Can we go to Canada and the CCP of why Trump is interested in Canada here? Let us not forget that this is why Trump's going so hard over Canada. Because they've been heavily infiltrated by the CCP. Trudeau has openly praised China for their communist and allowed CCP troops into Canada. It's a clear national security threat to have the CCP military on our northern border. This is why if we control it, then that is putting America first. America first doesn't always just mean like right here in South Carolina. That means expanding territory. That means growing resources. That means bringing in more revenue and GDP growth and more jobs. Canada's ties to Chinese military underscore the weird contradictions in its foreign policy. The military and diplomats were at odds over the PLA training program, and no one should be surprised. How do you fix this stuff? Oh, not to mention that Justin Trudeau even said to Donald Trump himself that if we stop giving Canada upwards of $200 billion a year, they can't function as a country. We, the taxpayers, are giving Canada $200 billion a year just so they can say they're their own country and feel good about themselves. It's no different than like, Walmart's going to give Kmart money so Kmart can just stay afloat and feel good. Like, we're a business too. No, you're not. So if we're giving $200 billion a year to a country that's giving us nothing but, no, man, no. Canada, you actually aren't your own country because you can't stand on your own. And if you can't stand on your own, then you might as well join the team. Nobody's talking about conquering you. Nobody's talking about taking you by force. We're stating the obvious. We're floating you. And we're not getting the return back. We're floating you just like we would float our own states in times of need. The difference is you're not giving back to the home team. It's time to join the home team.
If we don't buy you and take care of you, then somebody else will. So you would rather it be us than Russia, China, somebody like that.
Well, Canada's weak. Their military's weak. They have no money. The taxes, the free health, everything, we're paying for it. And we're protecting them. So it really is a no-brainer. I don't understand. I don't understand most of the things that Democrats side with, but I don't understand any Canadians who understands their economy, right? And their legislation, who's like, oh, this is a bad idea. It's not a bad idea for you. It's not a bad idea for us. It's not a bad idea for Greenland or even Mexico. None of it's a bad idea. And frankly, it's weird that we're having to convince anybody of it. We've already made all the points. We don't need to re-say anything. But at the end of the day, we're paying, like Graham just said, we are paying money to keep you alive as a country. There is no reason why we should keep paying that and throwing it away and not getting anything back. We need to be able to drill, baby, drill.
And again, there is a difference. So somebody's like, how much money do we give to Israel? And this is the last thing. We're going to move on. Or we're going to end the show on this. Israel, if we stop giving money to Israel right now for defenses, they might get conquered. But as far as an economy goes, they run their own crap. They don't depend on our money to keep their economy going. Does that make sense? Canada's Canadians that are watching the thread right now or watching the show, your country would halt if we stopped just giving you money.
And protecting
you are not a country if you cannot stand on your own economically. Okay, now military defenses is a different argument.
Great point.
You're combining too many things. You're combining multiple things. We're not talking about military defense, okay? Because right now there's only 3 superpowers in the military. That's United States, Russia, and China, okay? Canada's economy would fail in 24 hours if America stopped giving you money. You're not your own country. You just live a delusion that you think you are. Anyway, we spent too much time on this. Time for a foreclosure. Like that's it. Agree with it or not, I'm telling you, this crap is happening. Donald Trump is going hard on the paint. Let's go to his post real quick. Donald Trump is not backing off from this at all. Actually, I'm sorry. Let's go to Justin Trudeau really quick. By the way, who's the Liberal Party that's getting eviscerated in Canada as it is. He's already resigned. Trudeau said there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would become a part of the United States. And then Elon Musk said, girl, you're not the governor of Canada anymore, so it doesn't matter what you say. Exactly right. Let the people decide. Let the people vote. It might surprise you what happens. And let's look at Trump's post here just to let you know that he's not backing down from this crap either. He's dead serious about all of this. And I got to say, I've told you, that's got a good look to it. I don't mind the way that looks.
It'd look even better with Greenland.
And then it will look even better when Greenland's there. I love it. And then let's talk about the fact that he's renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Let's look at that little, I think we have, here we go. Let's listen to this real quick, and then we got to get out of here. Here we go.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Yes.
Which has a beautiful ring that covers
I'm calling it that
a
forever
lot of territory.
now.
The Gulf of America. What a beautiful name.
Gulf of
and
America. It is appropriate. If you love that fact and that idea, give us a American flag in the chat right now. That is the end of today's show. We got a lot of super chats today. So, ladies and gentlemen, do us a favor. Hit that like button on this episode, and wherever you're watching, make sure to hit the share button far and wide so more people see and hear the truth. Chad, pray us out. Let's do super questions. Let's do this thing.
Father, you are no respecter of persons, and you are no respecter of regimes or even countries. There's a kingdom which you have established, which cannot be shaken while all other things shake. And we thank you that we are members of that kingdom and that we worship the God who is the king of that kingdom. And we pray that all of your will be done under your dominion and under your domain. Let your will be done in all of our affairs, in our lives, in our country, in our nation. Let there be peace. Let there be unity. We thank you for discussion. We thank you for debate. We thank you for even the disagreements, but we thank you for the ability to come back together in our faith in you as a community, and we pray it in your name. Amen.
Amen. All right, let's do super questions.
Let go.
Let's do
let
it.
go. Let go.
Let go.
Me and Chad will be at the Gulf of America in April.
Panama City, baby.
That's right.
By the way, my shows in Louisville this weekend have been canceled because of the weather. It's a -5 wind chill tomorrow. But my new song is out today.
I listened to it this morning. It was great.
What Happened to That is the name of the song. What Happened to That? We released it without a lot of fanfare. It's actually one of my favorite songs I've done in a long time. Good one. Go check it out. What Happened to That?
I
message.
literally cut the chorus and almost sent it to Royce to make it my intro this morning.
Nice.
Like, I almost did it.
If you love America, American values, family values, you just love the stuff that we're talking about and the things we hold true, go get that song, What Happened to That, wherever you get music. It's everywhere.
It's a good one.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Casey 13. I said that wrong last night. Yes, you follow the channel. They come up and you like each episode. I got it now. Thanks. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Cha-cha. Shazlet 33. People are already complaining about Trump. He isn't even in the position yet. I told them to hope he fails is to hope we fail. What is wrong with these people? Pray for
Right.
our president.
That's true.
They're rocks with lips. That's all. Casey 13. This morning it showed Chad Prather's show at 8 Central, 9 your time. No, he streamed this show on his channel. That's all that happened.
That's true.
Keloho. Understand hitting the like button. What about subscribe button? Hit for each show or a way to subscribe to DA Media. Yeah, you can actually go on Chad's channel, my channel, this channel,
absolutely.
and subscribe to all three.
Once
Yeah,
you
so-
subscribe, you stay subscribed, though, is the point. You don't have to go to each episode and click it again. It should say subscribed or followed or whatever.
We haven't mentioned this yet, but if you guys look down at the where you chat, there's a little gift. You can give subscriptions. You can click that little present button, and you can give subscriptions to other people in the chat. So, might want to try that out.
Well, subscribing technically is free. Anybody can hit the subscribe button, but yes, to become a member of Rumble or whatever it is, you can gift that. Yeah.
No, subscribing is not free. It's $5.
To follow,
you can
Graham-
follow the show for free.
Follow is free.
Yes.
Alicia Victoria, California native Newsom may be the worst governor California ever had. I blame fires on PG&E and Newsom. God has not called me to leave yet, so I'm here to stay. Trust me, I tried.
There's some great people in California,
I'd
man.
be praying a whole
and
lot.
they get hosed by the bureaucracy.
Sure do. Sarah Cunningham. I live in California, and we have these fires because the government won't let us cut our forests down. I'm not saying clear cut, just certain trees and clean the floor. Okay. At Blaney, toward Graham's new chair.
You know what? Actually, that's all we need. No more donations. $20 is all we need. I'm getting Graham a wood chair, no features, can't fall over.
What it is
just a block of wood.
I sit with my feet back on the legs of the chair, and my heel touches that little lever, and every once in a while, I guess I hit it, and that sucker goes back. It scares me more than it does y'all. I promise.
Cindy Laudering, enjoy you guys so much. Thank you for being back on in 2020.
$50. Thank you.
Bless your heart, Cindy.
Cindy kills it.
Thank you very much.
E Hill 1227. With Chad new to this show, can we get a little background on his faith? One of the reasons I love this show is a Christian view/show. Are you a Christian too, Chad? Thanks.
Well, this is going to sting. Chad is a proud agnostic. And I'm kidding.
He worships Baal.
He did just say the prayer to Jesus.
I will encourage everybody to, if you follow me on my Facebook pages, my blue checkmark verified pages, every day 7 Eastern, 6 Central, I put a prayer out there that I write every morning. And I encourage you guys to do it. And to your question, we pray it in Jesus' name. So, check those things out and pray along with us, man. It's become quite a movement. We started 30 days before the election, and it's still going. So,
amen, brother.
Join us in prayer.
Awesome. Yep. RIE. Yep. 87. If we bought Canada, couldn't we turn the 5-6 territories into states? Buy Greenland like Trump wants, and turn Greenland and finally Puerto Rico into states.
It's got to be an even number, though. That's the only thing.
We could do all that stuff.
We can do whatever we want. At the end of the day, I mean, where's the lie? Kiloho. New World Order is a term used in several conspiracy theories which hypothesize a secretly emerging totalitarian world government. USA is a mixture of beliefs, not one.
Correct. Exactly. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that a lot of people are forgetting. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran are all in on this crap together. They're all in on it together across the board. And so America, look, you want Canada in charge? You want Greenland in charge? You want America in charge? Like, it's as simple as that, man. Like, I don't get it. I am pro America. The end. Boom, across the board. Bring in Greenland. Bring in Canada. If Mexico wants to play ball, let's bring in Mexico too. You fix the deportation problems right there because we actually can implement actual real put these freaking people in jail and police their own stuff. Like, if you put America in charge of these other countries, like as the overarching thing like that, and we implemented American policies, procedures, policing, all the above, those countries would be better for it. Moving on.
This is not a super question. I love this. Kind of funny. Royce, Satan prayed too. I'm like, did he?
I don't know where they.
What
got
is
that?
that? Is that from my comment saying that Chad said the prayer in Jesus' name?
But my question: did he really?
I don't know that he prayed. He worshipped before his fall. But I will say this: I'm not Satan. I have it on good authority that I'm not.
We're
I'm reasonably
75% sure.
I'm reasonably certain. Now I've Satan's leading a few times in my life, but I will say this:
who hasn't?
It ain't Satan getting me up at 5 o'clock every morning to pray about what to pray about and then write the prayers and then pray them with you. I assure you that's not what's motivating me.
Shazlet 33. If you want to understand one world order and Bible prophecy, then please watch End Time Ministries.
Yes, shout out to End Time.
In Greenland is not OWO. UN has more characteristics of OWO.
Exactly.
End Time
Exactly.
is a friend of the show.
Yeah. Banks. Todd, I also trade stocks and Robinhood and have solely put money in oil since Trump said drill, baby, drill. Do you have any oil stock suggestion? Disclaimer, I know y'all ain't any financial advisors. No, I do not have oil stock thing, but what I will say, since you use Robinhood, I would download the Autopilot app and choose Nancy Pelosi. Her portfolio grew 54% in the last 10 months. That's all I'm saying. Next. Striker J. This morning, libtards complaining that Trump is renaming the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Who does he think he is? I said, who were the people that renamed it before? Here's your sign.
Striker J with the wisdom.
Yes. Tabby 69.
I adopt the Cat Williams mentality from his comedy special, where basically he's like talking about America and other countries, like saying, oh, they're better. And he's like, bull crap. We're better than you. Like the end. Like that should be every American's philosophy.
That's patriotism.
Not like
that's
people,
patriotism.
Not like people like I'm better than like on a people level. No. But as a country level, heck no. We're America. We're better than you. Like everybody should want to be America because we're better than you. Like because we are Americans.
How many people get invaded by 13 million illegals in a 12-month period?
Dude, if we don't start cracking the whip down, look at freaking the UK, bro. Just look at it.
Oh, it's bad.
Look at the UK. No, man, it is time to be proactive, not reactive. Next.
Yep. Yeah, Tabby 6975. Safe travels for Chad. Would love to see your show, but we're still stuck in our driveway. We got 8 inches of snow and ice, and more snow's coming Friday. Saw you in Lexington and loved it.
Well, I hope to get back to Lexington, and we got a lot of shows coming up this year, so our schedule's pretty full. WatchChad.com.
All right, so look,
Here we go. You found another one.
No. This is not bad. This is where legitimate context matters. Okay, so this is from Bridian 46. It says, read the history on the American and Mexican War in the 1800s. It explains why we didn't turn it into the U.S. back then. Hard to control people in another country. I say this as respectfully as possible.
That's not true.
It's hard to control people in another country in the 1800s. It's 2025. We have TV now. We have the internet. We have airplanes. We have all kinds of things. We are exponentially larger than we were back then. That book is not relevant to what we're talking about right now.
It's not. And Trump is already controlling other countries with tariffs. He's just threatening tariffs, and they're bending the knee.
And I mean that as respectfully as I can. And I'm all about history, man. But yeah, in the 1800s, you're right. In the 1800s, we probably didn't have the capabilities to manage another country because it was the 1800s, guys. I just
hence the reason France sold us the Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's just
Next.
And I say it lovingly, like that's the kind of stuff, man. I just, it's 2025.
And it's a fun discussion, everybody. Everybody's worried about the trolls in the deal. The trolls actually help the algorithm. Relax.
Y'all, trolls Trolls
Yeah,
pay the
somebody's
electric
like, "Can we
bill.
get a moderator?" Look.
No.
What? No. People can say whatever they want to.
We're not banning anybody. Let's just have a good time.
Trolls pay the electric bill. Ed Brown, 70. If we take Canada and Greenland, at least we could compete in the Winter Olympics.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's a fair statement right
That's a
there.
great statement.
Where's my Olympic? There it is, right there.
Yeah. Carol Estelle. Graham, you need to re-release your Will Not Comply t-shirts. Mine is pretty tatter. I live in Southern California.
We're working on it. We're working on it. Soon.
Hey. American Mermaid, 1776. Chad, you should launch a daily guided prayer meditation app. You have the voice for it.
You could be like Jonathan Rumi. You could like read all the
sleep
stuff.
app too. I need Chad reading lullabies when I'm trying to go to sleep.
That would put you guys right to sleep. But I do encourage you to follow the prayers on Facebook. And I'm working on a book of prayer, actually, that there's a couple of the things that I'm working on. One of the things is called Ditto Jesus. And I want to be able to learn to say and pray the words of Jesus back to him. So we're working on that. So stay tuned.
Very good. Alicia Victoria. How can we support all shows if we're unable to watch live? You can literally go to every channel and click the follow button.
Well, yeah, and just because you can't watch live doesn't mean you can't watch it. And we're also working on something. It is nowhere ready to be released yet, but we're working on a instead of we're working on something. That's all I'll say. So we're working on something, but the way that you can help and the way that you can is just go back and watch it when you can. I mean, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the individual channels for the show, but this is the main channel, and just watch it when you can. Watch it when you can, even if you can't catch it live.
Hey. Punisher, 541. Todd, let's start off the new year on good terms. Sounds good? I'm okay with that. Patriot Hammer, keep doing what you do best, hammering down everything that stands in your way. Gotta love that dude.
Yep.
Droop Dog 51, California isn't burning because of not maintaining the forest. It's because we use gas stoves, have the wrong water heater, and don't drive EVs.
He's being sarcastic.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope so.
He is.
All right, Vainly _7. Happy New Year. If anyone is useless, just remember it took the USA 4 presidents, trillions of dollars and thousands of lives, and 20 years to replace the Taliban with the Taliban. Let Trump actually work.
Amen, amen, amen. Look,
That's it.
Here's my thing. We all voted to put President Trump in charge. There has to come a little bit of Kaloho just listening to your new song, Chad. OMG, it is awesome. Love it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everybody go and get Chad's new song. We voted to put Chad in charge. We voted to put President Trump
Fair point. Where's the lie?
charge. Let the man work. Let the man work. The end. Hit the like button, hit the share button. That is the end of this show. We love you guys. We appreciate the dialogue, and we love doing this show with everybody. I guess tomorrow it wasn't going to be a full crew, but now we are going to have a full crew, right,
Full
Chad?
crew. I'll be here, baby.
Full crew tomorrow. We'll see you. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that share button wherever you are watching. Royce, say goodbye.
See you guys at 2 on Chad's show and tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Todd, say goodbye.
See you at 5. Love you, miss you, mean it.
5 your
Central.
time. Okay, so 6 Eastern time. 6 Eastern time for Todd's show. Chad, say goodbye.
WatchChad.com is where all the fun stuff is. Love y'all. God bless you. See you at 2 o'clock.
All right, and as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.